village in northeast part of Bosnia and Herzegovina, which has about 4,000 people who are living there. And my main focus will be low budget station building, then low power contesting, and a little bit about the youth. So let's start then. How it all started. This is something short about the history of the radio club. It was founded in 1973 by a local school teacher, and since then we are on the air. Through our club went a lot of youngsters, really something about 300. Everything is, we took youngsters normally from local school. We have a really great relationship with local school teachers, and they are giving us the kids, so they are informing the kids about the radio club, about what we are doing there, and the kids are coming to the club to check first ARDF, then we have a course for operating techniques and antenna building, electronics, and stuff that we do in radio club. So in the early 2000s, it was only about ARDF, and I was in the generation of 2007. About 15 youngsters took the course of CW, and everybody passed the test with something about 70 to 80 characters per minute. We got our license, and the active members from that generation, we have 3 of them who are operating the contests, and others are focused only on ARDF. So the club premises, we have, it is located in the village. It's about 200 meters above the sea level. We have a 12-meter tower here, and Fox, it's a Fritzl beam, 5-element tri-bander, sitting at 12 meter high, and some wire antennas around here for 40 and 80 meters. This picture was taken 2008 or 2009, something in that time. We had TS440 with some amplifier here. It's homemade with 2 GU81, and it was really a poor setup. Later we bought some FT1000 MP, and the next stuff we did was IRO HF contest in 2015. Since the working from the club premises was no longer an option, we found a tower something about 3 kilometers away from the club. It's 42 meters high, and it belongs to a commercial telecom in Bosnia, so mobile operator. Wooden cabin here behind the tower belongs to our former president. He has also the land there, and he allowed us to use this wooden cabin so we can operate from there. And the CEO of Telecom back then gave us a power supply. So from the cabinet here, we had 220 volts, and he allowed us to put some antennas just during the weekend for that contest. Later we removed everything after that contest. The next year contest in 2016, they gave us again the permission to use the tower, to use everything. And in that time, we left our antennas there. Nobody asked what they are doing there. The power supply stayed there. Everything stayed there. Nobody asked us anything. And we continue to use it for next 3 years for free. Then this was how it looked like operation in the summertime. So outside there is something like a balcony. And we work from the outside at IRHF contest. So it looked like this. And these are the antennas. This was the first antennas that we erected there, two 80-meter delta loops. In that time, in the radio club, we had something about 50 to 60 meters of coax only, nothing else. Then, wintertime contesting, minus 20 degrees without proper heating, thick nylon we had to fix inside the wooden cabin so we could keep the shack warm enough. Most of the time, only single operator, single band entries, all of them from 160 to 40 meters. So we installed 160 meter delta loop and 40 meters delta loop. So 3 delta loops we had in that time hanging from this commercial tower. Nobody asked anything again, why we use it, what is that for, and it is still in use. But 3 weeks ago, this year, so in September, the CEO from the telecom called us, and he asked us kindly to lower the antennas for 5 meters so they can install the new 5G antennas up on the top. And he said, you can, when we are finished, you can take your antennas again back to the top. So it is something like good stuff for us to have 42 meters high tower, and we use it right now only for 160 and 80 meters. So the next step, we have tested how good are high bands from this location. This location is actually something near 400 meters above the sea level. So all the sides are pretty much better than from the club, of course. And this setup we have installed only for the weekend. So in that time, when we were working the contest from there, that was only weekend setup. Make it everything on Friday, remove everything on Monday. So we had thought about to install one container here where the white car is, and some tower near here, because at that time the president the president of our club was owner of this land here. So this is the view from 42 meters tower. This is northwest direction. This is west direction here, and behind those trees here, there was one Hunters Club house. So they decided to renew it, and we offered them to renew the roof and complete first floor of that building, and they will give us that first floor to use. The problem for us was that we couldn't leave any equipment on the site here. In that time there were some thieves, and 1 week we will be without PC, the next week without some beverages and stuff like that. So summer 2019 we made the agreement, and we have removed the old tower, the old roof, make the new one, and a few kilometers away from houses from our QTH there, we found that this abandoned power line tower. It was actually 12 meters high, the same like at club premises, and we used it for our new contest location here. Extended to 20 meters high, actually. So the next new fundaments here. So the fundaments are actually just this part here. Not everything. This was just extra concrete that we put here, so we don't have dirty place around the tower and so on. So first we have erected here the tower, 5-element Yagi for 15 meters, and this was here, I think, 3-element Yagi for 20 meters. Which we later removed and made a 4-element inside the shack. So no more nylon coverage, proper heating, regular power consumption, enough space, and now we can leave all the stuff on the side. Actually, the shack is not so big like on this picture. We have one wall here, somewhere around here, and we have 4 beds here. So the contestants who come from another places have the place to sleep, place for rest, and for socializing. Also, on the ground, so we can use premises from local hunters club. They give us for the cooking and stuff like that. First, one of the first antenna setups here. So 4-element antenna. It was installed here in the middle of the tower. In that time, 10 meter wasn't working at all. And that was just to pick some multipliers from Europe, and that's all. Then 5-element on 15 meters, sitting at 23, all the way on the top. 4-element on 20 meters, at 20 meters high. 80-meter dipole, it was this one here, plus a loop on the big tower. 160 meters big loop on the big tower. Then 40 meters was only the dipole here, and we had, I don't know why, but we had end-fed antenna here for contest, which we removed after the first contest we have done. Then these are our operators. So this is my sister, Echo 77 Alpha Hotel. My father, Echo 77 Fox Alpha. This is ARDF member. This was my uncle, Echo 74 Italy Hotel. And this little girl here is Echo 75 Golf Whiskey Zulu. She got that call sign because the only 3 letters in CW that she learned was Golf Whiskey and Zulu, nothing else. And she took it. So you can see maybe on the picture here that we don't have that end-fed antenna, and the 80-meter dipole is removed also from here. So since we have a lot of operators who want to operate the contest, we have decided next project was to set up mult and run station. With high power, we didn't have enough money to buy bandpass filters, and I found out through some friend in Slovenia that Sugar 53 Mike have made some multi-band bandpass filters for low power. We have assembled it in a few weeks. We have bought something from them, from him, from the electronics, capacitors, relays, and stuff like that, PCB. And for the next contest, we have used them with quite good results, but only low power. It can handle only 100 watts. So these are the kits I was talking about. This was for some kids day, I think. This was the presentation that we had for our ARDF members. So they first come to the club as ARDF members, then we showed them the station, we showed them how to make the QSO, how to participate in the contest, what is our goal, and some of them will stay with us, some of them will not, but it's worth an effort. If you get in 5 years 3 operators, that's good enough for us. This guy I actually founded throughout his brother. This one is his older brother. We were together at ARDF competition, and this guy came with a Rubik Cube, and he solved it in 50 seconds. Next ARDF competition, 7 days later, he came and he solved it in 25, 26 seconds. And I said to him, you will have to learn CW, and he's a really good CW operator now. So we also do some high power contests. You can see here, this is some amplifier SB220 from our member. And those two have done, this was the picture from last 9 Alpha HF contest, I think. They did it together, and they are doing contests. They don't want older guys to come there and work with them. So, upgrading the antennas. All dipoles have been removed. 3-element inverted V on 10-meter boom installed and fixed to the US direction. 4-element was also removed. Removed. Now we need to cover other directions on 40 meters and find a place for 10-meter Yagi. This was the vertical that we used from some time in the contest. Full size with 32 radials. It's usually made day before the contest or even on Saturday morning, and this is the 10-meter antenna. 5-element we made from E7CW. Boom is in the car. I have assembled everything at my home, transported it to the site. So this was some contest, I don't remember which one. We have installed it on 6 meters approximately on some aluminium pipes. Also the spider beam. Idea of spider beam was to use it for 10 meters and for the mold station to have its own antenna. Disadvantage in prior contests was all antennas on one rotator. So if we are doing a pile-up on US on, let's say, 20 meters and shows up one mold from the east on 15 meters, we lose a lot of time to take the antenna to the east. This one on the run will lose his pile-up, and that was the idea of that. So after using it for a year or two, we have decided to put a 5-element antenna just below the 20-meter Yagi on the tower. It was too much for that. We had 2 broken rotators, but that was the only solution before we get a new tower on the site. And it was also a request by the DXers from our club, so they can have all the bands active all the time, 24/7. So WPX 223CW. This time we have started preparations a little bit earlier. I was working in Germany in that time, and I took a vacation 2 or 3 weeks. I got it from the company, and decision was to try an inbound. So the inbound was a spider beam, which you have saw on the photo a few slides earlier. Inverted V on 40 meters was hanging on the tree. It was about 300 meters away from the tower, and the 160 same as run antenna. So delta loop plus inverted V on 80 meters. We changed that also. And with the coaxial relay, we switched TX. We were both listening on the beverages, which were away from the TX antenna, something about 150 to 200 meters. 3 beverages, 200, 150, and 100 meter long. So this was the setup for that year. 3 stations, we have worked with run, mult, and inbound, but since we didn't have enough time at the end to prepare everything, this station here was mult and inbound also, with switching in DX log with the command run, enter, mult, enter, switching from run and mult. And these are 2 filters, a rotator, 6-to-2 switch. This one is interlock made here with LED diodes. So when the diode is green, so you can start the emission, you can start to transmit. When the diode is red, the other station is running, and that's how we did it. This here were beverage switching. So everything is a bit ugly. It's not so nice, but we have used to that, and it worked pretty much nice. Then, this was E7CW Alpha Whiskey, very nice operator. He was there first time with us, and I hope he will come again. We have done a lot of QSOs there, but interesting thing is this spider beam is located almost in the woods. So on some fiberglass poles, 6 meters, not more high. And this is the video from E7CW Alpha Whiskey. He made it. It was working really nice towards Europe. That's for sure. So this was the video how we rotated. So we had to walk 300 meters away or to switch from 40 meters to spider beam. E7CW Alpha Whiskey made this video. Yes, this is the sport. This actually happened at 5 o'clock in the morning, local time.
You will live 8 years more.
Yes, probably.
No problem with the strap.
Yeah, no problem for me. So this was the score. Nothing really special because it was something like a test for inbound. Now we have the plan to put a new inbound tower somewhere around there. Abandoned power line tower again, 10 kilometers away from our QTH, 12 meters high again. We sent a request to electro distribution company, and they said we can take it. We took it, extended it to 20 meters high, and I will show you now how we clean it. So how we prepare it for the raising. This was the removal. Then we clean it with the sand. So all the rust is gone. You can see on this picture, first phase of painting, second phase of painting, and here is how it looks. So from the 12-meter abandoned tower, we got ourselves 20 meters good tower for our use here. The interesting thing is that this tower sits about 7 to 8 meters higher above the ground from the another tower that we have, so from the old tower. And one more interesting thing is that we don't have any land here. So all the neighbors are so nice, so they gave us permission to install the antennas here. We only have one bad neighbor. He is next to us there, and everybody else is really, really nice. So, Worldwide CW 2023. Last few years, we had a lot of fun with Delta Papa 7 Delta team in major contests. They were also doing some multi-single low power activities. Actually, in 2022, I was the part of Delta Papa 7 Delta team in Germany, and we beat those E7CW guys in the contest. So I felt like it's the time to beat them from the Bosnia. The major problem before the contest was broken reflector on a 15-meter antenna here. It was all the way on the top, so I had to remove all the antennas down on this platform, remove the rotator, put the pipe down so I can reach and repair that a few days before the contest. Also, what we have done was improved beverage switching. Every station had access to 3 beverages through some magic tea combiners and stuff like that. So inbound, this time a little bit more serious, about 8 meters high, 7-8 meters high, 7-8 cables, and half-inch cables to the feed point. At the end, we have measured, we have about 40 to 50 watts, depends on the band which we were operating on. Again, rotating and switching between the spider beam and 40-meter dipole were done manually. Then, this was the operating, how did it look? Now we had a mult station here, run was here, and inbound was over there. The guest was DC9RE. my friend from Delta Papa 6 Tango. And we had also one guest here. She was with us World Contest operating and cheering for us. So we had also in the middle of the contest some failure with relay here. Actually, it was not relay, it was LED diode, and because of the LED diode, we couldn't switch relay and the band, and it was all the time open on the desk like this. So this was the score, which was for us our best score on CQ Worldwide contests. Inband did really nice job this time. We had some problems with network, but at the end we were satisfied, and we are ready this year to beat this record again. And this is actually multi-single low power record in Bosnia. So with installation of the new tower, the first plan was to install some 40-meter Yagi there. So 40-meter Yagi and 10-meter Yagi. So we will have then two towers with different antennas, but we will again have this advantage on multi-station, because it will depend on the rotator from the run station. Then we have decided to change it with tri-banders. The old tower got 11.3 tri-bander, and the new tower, all material was bought in Bosnia, and everything was assembled in my backyard back in Bosnia. So this is how we transported it. Everything is fixed to the boom, and the Golf is doing its job. So view from the 40-meter commercial tower. So we have new 11.3 tri-bander here. Also here is one 5-element for 15, which will probably be installed here in the middle of the tower. 3 elements inverted V for 40 meters will be put up a little bit higher, approximately to 18 to 19 meters. And plan is also to have some 2-meter Yagis over there. Rotary dipole for 40. As I said before, we have first the plan to install some Yagi there, 2-element or 3-element, and with 16.3 tri-bander, it was a little bit challenging for the money, because our budget, believe me or not, by a year is something about 5 to 1,000 euros, nothing more. And we bought some aluminium, some cables, and I have made from my old antenna, I have made 40-meter rotary dipole here. And it sits now above the 16.3 tri-bander. So I don't know how much you can see on the picture. Here is 16.3 tri-bander. The first test was actually IRU HF contest this year. Achieved 200 QSOs more than last year with monobanders. So the system is working pretty much nicely, and I think a lot better than with monobanders. Full-size rotary dipole, I said already, it's there. So this is how it looks right now. So here is the dipole, here is the 16.3, and 11.3 is behind here. So the neighbor I was talking about is this one here. He doesn't allow us to put beverages, and northwest direction comes from here over his ground all the way there. So normally we have a 200-meter beverage. It starts from the house here, and it ends somewhere here before the woods. In the 160-meter contest, we extend it to 450 meters. We go all the way through the woods, and after the woods, it is finished. Northeast beverage comes from here and goes in this direction, and the southwest beverage goes from here up here somewhere, and that's all. Then this should be the place somewhere for the new Inban Tower. This will be our next project, and first time it was located here between those trees. Second time it was located here, and since our former member and the president owns this land here, everything here, we will ask him to allow us to install some 9-meter or 10-meter tower, doesn't matter, here, so we have, we could achieve a plug-and-play station. It's really difficult to make anything when you don't have enough time and don't have a lot of sources, a lot of money to invest in that, but we are managing throughout the years, and I think in a few years we will have some high power station. So our plan is to move to the high power. We have bought some filters now. Our city is financing us, so every year we will get some equipment in the worth of, let's say, about 2,000 euros. They will not give us some money, just the equipment, and that's all. So thank you all for listening. That will be our last slide here. And any questions? Okay, so thank you again.